Oh, what did I come home to? Oh boy, it's so nice to, get off work, come home and be absolutely surprised by the next offering of the MCU. So I haven't seen this. We are going to jump into it. It's going to be a live reaction. It's going up on the channel. And yeah, let me go ahead and turn this down because I know this is going to be like crazy loud. But yeah, see you on the other side. Was that Fury? That is Fury.
Since you've been gone, things have gotten much worse. How do you think I came back?
You're in no shape for this fight that lies before us, old friend.
Oh shit! Is that Olivia Colman? Hey, hold up. Was that Olivia Colman? Yes, it was. Oh, the MCU bringing in prime talent once again. She is absolutely fantastic. Oh snap! I guess everybody's a Skrull in here.
This is personal.
Very few of us know about the wars fought in the shadows that have raged on this planet. Do you feel responsible?
Where are the Avengers? This war is one I have to fight alone. You're the most wanted man on the planet.
You don't know what they have planned for you.
The great Nick Fury. One last fight.
Yo, Secret Invasion is gonna be cold. When does this drop? June 21st. Oh my god. That's right around the fucking corner. Alright, hold on. We have some things to I swear, like, my for you slash suggestions is just absolutely insane and wild. Okay, first off, let's mute this. Where is no? Okay, so there has been like a running theory, right? And the running theory is that we haven't seen Nick Fury since Captain America: The Winter Soldier, which is basically the Nick Fury that we see from Captain America: The Winter Soldier ending. So the real Nick Fury gets shot, he almost dies, and then he just completely goes underground. After that, when he initially gets shot, it is presumed that the person who basically takes over for him is Talos as Nick Fury running around from then on going forward. It's going to be interesting to see whether or not they decide to feed into that speculation or that fan theory that he actually has been gone for like a really long time. I'm really hoping that that's the case because we know that we saw a version of Nick Fury basically in space when Talos calls him on the ship. That is where a lot of people believe that he's essentially been running a Skrull version of Sword. Now, for people who don't know what Sword is, there are 3 divisions on Earth that work for the government: Shield, Sword, and Wand. Shield is basically for clandestine, I shouldn't say clandestine threats, but they're for basically earthly threats, like America versus Sokovia. Not even really Sokovia. Damn, why am I forgetting the land that the mutants are from? Krakoa. So a situation where it's like the mutants versus Krakoa, or the American mutants versus Russian mutants. Shield would be the ones to step in. They're also the ones to step in if there's anything that happens clandestinely in the United States in regards to superheroes, which is why during the superhero accords, Shield was basically the ones running point on that, making sure that you were either registered, you were a criminal who was on the run, or you were in jail if you didn't agree with the Superhero Registration Act. Sword is the space something 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 yada yada. Basically, they deal with otherworldly threats. Thanos, Galactus, Skrulls, Kree, Shi'ar, any type of threat that may approach Earth from space. Sword is the one that is, they run point on all of those missions. Now, Wand is relatively new, but at the same time, kind of sort of old. They deal with magical threats. So while the Sorcerer Supreme and the Sorcerers of Comitage may deal with the strange and literally demonic and magical, Wand is the government's response to that. They have their agents that deal with magical incursions and such into the United States or into the world at large that Doctor Strange may not be available to basically handle or assist in. So it's going to be interesting to see how exactly they go down this rabbit hole in regards to Nick Fury, about where exactly his character has been and what exactly his character has been doing. Because it would seem as though there is a war happening between two factions of Skrulls. There are the Skrulls that have basically blended in with humanity and are living in peace with us, or they're living in space around us. And then there are basically the Super Skrulls that have completely disagreed with letting humans basically run things. And it looks as though he's going to be the head of the well, not even him. It looks as though that was just a regular Skrull who blew himself up, because there's that really, really interesting scene where right here, where Talos is the person who's basically been leading the Skrulls for the longest time. He led them in exile, he led them in war when they were running away from the Kree Empire. It looks as though Talos does not have the pull he once had. It looks as though this is a new like I said, the Super Skrulls are always like a new faction, but this is essentially a new faction of Skrulls that have basically decided that, you know, no more hiding in the shadows. We are going, since we are superior to humans, it is time for us to basically take over and take control. Oh my god, all of them basically transforming into him is so cold, because in truth, as a Skrull, how do you really tell that you're interacting with, if you're not in your basic Skrull form where you can see the differences between everyone? How can you tell that the person who is in human form you're interacting with is the one that you're basically looking for? And there's also a case that it may not even be a faction of Skrulls, it may just be one Skrull, because we end up seeing a laboratory, which is, where is it? Here. We end up seeing a laboratory with all of these people on machines. Now, it's going to be interesting to see whether or not this lab that we're basically seeing is the lab where the people that they've replaced, they basically keep their bodies in suspended animation. They keep them alive because they basically need their memories so that they can better assimilate to that person's life. Because we saw with like Elektra, when Elektra was basically kidnapped by a Super Skrull, when that Skrull died, it reverted back into a Skrull, and that is how people realized that superheroes were being kidnapped and essentially being replaced by these Skrulls. Of course, they ended up finding Elektra later on. She was in not exactly something like this, but in a situation just like this, where she was in suspended animation. So it's going to be interesting to see just who all that they've replaced, because I have a feeling that we're seeing like a lot of people come in, like Rhodey. We're seeing Martin Freeman's character from Black Panther. I almost wanted to call him Colonizer, but because it's Shuri, I was almost like the Colonizer. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's in this. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly who all have been replaced and whether or not they've been masquerading as Nick Fury committing war crimes, because we have War Machine basically telling him that, you know, hey, I can't talk to you right now because you are literally the most wanted person on the planet. The Avengers, the Battle of New York. Looks as though this is an old paper from after the first Avengers movie. But then we also have that audio shot of somebody saying, you know, where are the Avengers? What have happened to the Avengers? Where have the Avengers gone? And I'm really hoping that this right here isn't Talos. I would hate for Talos to go out in a show. Like, so there were parts of Captain Marvel that I absolutely despise, which is about 80% of the movie, but there's 20% of the movie that I think is really good. I thought the Skrulls were great. I thought the Kree was great. I thought the Kree Empire was great. The high end, what is it, the main intelligence, the artificial intelligence that the Kree basically follow, I thought that was fantastic. I thought that Captain Marvel's powers and how to decide to go about it all together, that was friggin' great. I just didn't like the story. It, like I said before multiple times, Captain Marvel can't decide if it wanted to be a buddy cop movie or if it wanted to be a space opera, and I think it operated better if it had stuck to one. Like, I feel as though her and Nick Fury played really well off of each other. If that was the primary focus throughout the entirety of the movie, that would have been great. Or if they had decided not to go down that route and they had brought down his involvement and basically made him more like what they did with Coulson, where basically he shows up, he handles situations, develops a friendship with her, but she's going off and she's doing like her Captain Marvel thing with none of the on Earth, on the ground stuff as much. That would have also been a fantastic movie. But I'm really hoping they don't kill Talos off. I don't see anybody in this lineup that I'm familiar with, but I'm assuming every single person there is a Skrull. So there's a high probability that the President of the United States is a Skrull. We know that in Thunderbolts, Thunderbolt Ross is the President of the United States. It's going to be interesting if this takes place just before Ross becomes president, and you discover that the man before Ross was a Skrull, or they get revealed to be a Skrull. And I'm assuming that this is Chernobyl. I'm going to assume that that's Chernobyl. And I really want to see more. Like right here, it says specimen. So United States Department of Damage Control. If you don't know what that is, it's a department that deals with cleaning up the damage that superheroes cause. I think it's Spider-Man Homecoming, which is before Damage Control was basically created. Adrian Toombs's company was responsible for cleaning up the messes that superheroes cause, and he was making a killing from it. And then once Damage Control was created, they basically took over all of those situations, because Damage Control quickly realized that there was alien weaponry, like energy, things that after the superhero battle the United States government should be in possession of, to either repurpose and recreate the weaponry or just blatantly sell. Whereas Adrian Toombs was like selling it on a black market. Wouldn't it be dope as hell if you discovered that this was like Nick Fury Jr.? So for those of you who don't know, original Nick Fury is white. I'm really sad if you don't know that, but original Nick Fury is white, and the Ultimates also had a Nick Fury. So when the main Marvel universe and the Ultimate universe basically combined, the black Nick Fury became Nick Fury Jr., and then the white Nick Fury became Nick Fury Sr. And it was basically explained that the black Nick Fury was basically the son of was he the son? Or was he like the adoptive son? He was one of the two of the original OG Nick Fury. It'd be funny if that was Nick Fury Jr. I would die. That would be next level hilarious. And of course we get to see like Super Skrulls in action. So I'm thinking that this scene right here, where Talos is like badly injured, he has a shoulder wound, he can't control his morphing, I have a feeling that scene right there is connected to where is it this scene right here, where he dies. And I'm really hoping that that's not the case, because I really like Talos. I think Talos was extremely well done and well played by Ben Mendelsohn. I always butcher his last name. I thought Ben did a fantastic job playing as Talos. Like I said, he was definitely one of the better characters that Captain Marvel gave us. and I always enjoy when he shows up, but I'm really hoping that these two scenes are not connected and she is not hugging Talos, because I do not want Talos to die in a TV show. Of course, you got old man Nick Fury versus an entire Super Skrull who's just chucking him around, and then you get a little bit of the Super Skrull tentacle action. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly where this all goes. I have a feeling that Nick Fury and that other character are way more connected than we probably realize. It's going to be interesting to see exactly where they choose to go with this. Like I said, it'd be funny if it turns out that guy is basically Nick Fury Jr. in some way, shape, or form. That would be freaking hilarious. Also, I'd like to remind people, Samuel Jackson is old as dirt. My man is like damn near 80 years old. He probably wasn't the one who got chucked like this. They probably only used him for like the laying on his back shot. But he ain't a young man, man. He is a old man getting chucked around still. And if this is the last ride for Nick Fury, this better be one hell of a last ride for Nick Fury. But yeah, I'm super excited for Secret Invasion. I think Secret Invasion for me has been more, I've been more hyped and interested in this and also Loki season 2, probably more so than I was for like when Ant-Man was coming out, and I really dug Ant-Man. But yeah, Secret Invasion, I'm mega looking forward to this. Let me know what you guys think about this, comment down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.